So this is a little variation on a single leg bridge, and the reason it's a little different is because we're trying to bias the glute max a little more, and to do that we have to put it in a certain position, or the leg in a certain position, versus if we put the leg in a different position, you would bias maybe more the hamstring muscles. And it's a nice little exercise if you've got like a one-sided glute issue. If you've got a issue where you're sort of got a core instability or like a lower back instability, you probably want to address that first before trying this. And this would be like a very clear, like one side of my body is having trouble, like just that glute. The other glute, fine. And you'll notice that if you try the exercise on both legs. One side feels no problem and the other side feels challenging, then you know that you should start doing this. If both sides are really challenging, then you probably need to work on some core stability stuff and then integrate this later. So a couple little cues to start with. The difference is that the glute is a extensor, it's an external rotator, and it's an abductor. So we want to kind of encourage that movement when we do this exercise. So I'm going to bring my foot out to the side. And you can see, maybe in the mirror or from this view, that if I look down, I can see my foot. If I was here, I can't see my foot. This would be more hamstring biased. If I was at here, I can see more of my foot. And that just means it's going to bias a bit more of the glute. You're going to bring the other knee up. You can hold it if you'd like, or you can use the opposite hand and push the knee in. This hand over here, my elbow, is pushing down into the ground. And that just means we're getting the opposite lat and glute connection. And we'll give you a couple reps and then we'll talk about a couple pointers. So it would look like this. So what we're looking at when you do it is that your hips don't rotate or spill over to one side. So if I showed you from this view and I use this leg, when I come up, this left hip doesn't fall down. I can keep it level. The other thing you're looking at from the side is that you don't lose all this core stability. So if I'm in here, ribs are down, chin tuck, neck long, neutral pelvis, so you're not all the way down, you're not squishing your back into the ground, you're not arching up massively, you're just hanging out in the middle. And when you go up, see if we can get you the best view. When you go up, this doesn't change. So I'm not losing this straight. I'm not arching heaps. I'm not curling in like this. I'm just staying neutral. And then you come down. Again, I wouldn't necessarily go for reps. Just go for a time. Maybe set the timer for like 30 seconds and focus on what you're doing. That way you don't have to be worried about trying to count and thinking about technique. And once it gets easy, then you can build into some of our other standing or lunge type progressions.